back cold corner thing. I'll warm you up. Are you cold? The door was open. I just closed it. The heater's on. It'll warm up, I promise. Okay. Any special requests in the room?
Every place on my body.
Every place on my body. Let's see, what else? How about you?
I'm just gonna go with yeah.
He's got his leg. He's got a shoulder. You got your hip.
Okay, I got the toe. My toe hurts.
All right, so let's begin seated. You can sit on a block if you want. That might be helpful, or I'm on my knees, or however you want to sit to start. You want a block? Okay. So just finding a comfortable seat. Bring your hands into your lap, relax your shoulders, lift up into the crown of your head, and allow your eyes to close for a moment if you're comfortable doing that. Settle into your body right here. Checking in with your skin here. Scan through the body from the crown of the head down, or you can scan from the feet up, or you can just randomly let your attention wander through your body. And the point right now is just tune in, tune down the knob on everything else, turn up the knob, tuning into your body sensation, trying to notice thoughts, feelings, whatever is right here. Talking to my teenage son a lot about expectations. Often we have these expectations into our life, and very rarely does the world meet our expectations. Sometimes it exceeds it, but often things are different. So once you let go, get present, be where you are with what's actually occurring versus what you want to happen or wish would happen. So many things we can't control. But it's still interact. One moment here. Just make adjustments. Fine. Just a few special movements of the head. So you imagine you're drawing a figure 8 line on its side with your nose. So right in front of you, just going to draw infinity sign or figure 8 on its side. And then you're just going to relax the shoulders, the jaw. Little clicks and sounds. Bring it to center. And then like we're drawing half of the head in front of you. So down diagonally left and up diagonally right. Left. Right. One more time, diagonally look down left. This can be closed or open. Back to the midline. Back the head. So the other side of that. Down diagonally right. Up diagonally left. Different on this side. Breathing. One more time, looking down. Up. Center, the head tracking it on the spine. Keep the chin to the chest. And move the chin right to left. And keep it straight to the front of the chest. Center pause with the chest beneath the chin. Let the chin drop a little deeper. Pull the shoulders back. Lift the head. Stack it up. circles. Switch across your legs. You can do that. Good, and then let the shoulders drop. You'll take your right palm and up like if you're holding a pizza in the hand, or what tacos we say, tacos in the hand. And then, so right palm up, and then you'll catch your four fingers with the left hand. So hold them front down and press the heel of the hand forward, and then let it drop down. And then bend your elbow, back to that flat hand. Do that 3 times. Jennifer, you okay? You're muted. One more time. Heel of the hand forward. Let it go. Good. Now by the other side. Left palm up. Catch the 4 fingers. Go forward. She'll figure it out. Let it drop. Then the elbow. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Stretch the hand with wrist forward. Let it drop. And then open and close the hands a few times. Interesting, right? Good. And then one more. Bring the palms together and bring the fingertips down towards the bottom of the sternum. Press the heel of the hand together. And then the elbow points go forward and then slide the hands to the right. Elbow points forward. Back to center and then slide to the other side. So this elbow is going to want to go back. Press it forward. Straighten back to. I like it. Okay, come back to center and then just the back of the hands. Roll back to the hands. A lot of pressure. Stop, more open and close, little shake, and then you'll come to your seat, stretch up, and bring the legs in front of you, and we're gonna go down on our backs. So you'll lay down on your back. I like to draw my knees in, especially after sitting for a bit, rock side to side. And the right knee in, you can hold it with both hands and stretch the left leg out long. You want to rotate your feet in some circles with the right ankle, you can roll it around with both. And then you're going to keep holding the right leg, and then with the left leg, really extend out through it. So there's like a muscle to bone connection, and then take the left leg up towards the ceiling, and then lower it down towards the ground. And do that a couple times. So stretch through the leg, lift it up, and lower it down. One more time. That's it. Lift up, lower it down. Let it stay there. Hold the right knee in your left hand. Cross the right leg over the body. Hold on to the left leg. Good. The right arm out to the right. And then right here, you're going to take the right hand and reach it up towards the ceiling and over to the left, if you're able. So you're kind of closing it over. And then let the right hand, like you're drawing a circle on the floor above your head. You're going to let it trail around over you. If you can, mom, be careful. Take it all the way back out to the right. And you'll do that again. Right hand comes up and over to the left. You might roll all the way under the left hip. And then let the right hand trail on the floor above you, all the way back to the right. Try to get the right shoulder towards the ground. One more time. Right arm over. Whatever you do, just let it all the way back out to the right. And the right shoulder back to the ground. Roll back onto your back. Back onto the back. And bring both feet flat to the floor. And then you'll draw the left knee into the chest. Straighten the right leg out long. You rotate the foot, ankles in some circles. We'll rock a little bit side to side. give lots of suggestions, but I say all that because it's really, you can move in ways that feel good in your body. There's no really one way to be here. And then with the right leg, you'll extend out through it. So you want that muscle to bone connection and take it up and lower it down 3 times. The right leg up, lower it down. So we're warming up these big joints in the body right now. Up and down, let it rest. Hold the left knee in the right hand, cross it over your body for your twist. You might even scoot the hips to the left. Then open the arms out. If this is comfortable, right? You don't have to have movement, you can just be still. Or left arm comes over to the ceiling, to the right, and then you just trail it on the floor, going back to that twist. Goes over your head, back out to the left. Do that a few times. If it doesn't feel good on your shoulders or your body, then don't do it. Or if there's something else that feels better, play with your the joints, right? Movement and breath. If you've had surgeries or you're waiting for surgeries, then just go to where you can go. Back into that twist, pause. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both feet to the floor. Arms come down by your sides. We'll come up into bridge. So press the feet down, lift the hips up. You might tuck the shoulders underneath you. Sometimes I like to hold my mat. I hold the edges of my mat in my hands and press like the mat towards the feet and maybe pull it apart a slight bit. And it really anchors the upper shoulders down and it engages the muscles in the upper back, which are also responsible for pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here, getting more grounded through the feet. Julia, adjusted. I'll even sometimes either lift my heels up or heels down, lift the toes up, just like moving my feet around so that I can really get grounded. Sometimes we're just on autopilot, like kind of not tuning into the body, so right, we're turning down the volume of everything else to turn up the volume of listening to the body. And I'll slowly lower the pelvis to the mat, and then pick the feet apart and let the knees knock together, which is just a recovery. This pose is recovery right here for the sacrum and yoga. Active, neutral. Put the feet where they are, which is a little wider than hip width. Separate the knees out, and then you'll take one knee at a time to the midline. So you just drop one in. So instead of total windshield wipe, pick one up and one down. And then you'll switch. One goes up, the other goes down to the center. You can even try walking the feet farther apart and see what feels good. And then knees up, and then one goes down to the center. Up, and then the other one comes down. Rotating from the hip. One more time each side, or you can hold one if it feels interesting. I say good, but I don't know if that's the right word. Try the last one. Interesting to me. Good, and then coming back to feet flat, bring the feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana. And this could be super relaxed, or it could be a little bit more active. You could try pressing the feet together, see what happens. If you feel a little bit more in the hips, if you push the feet together. Good, and then draw the knees together. Interlace the hands behind the head. And pull the rib cage down to the mat. So you're going to get into the core right here. Ribs to the mat,
And then pick up the right foot, bring it to 90 degrees, the right knee, and then the left knee to 90. And then you'll lower the right leg down, and then lower the left leg down. And then switch, left leg up, left leg down, right leg down. Right leg up, left leg up, right leg down, left leg down. So just pause right here. Is everyone feeling this in their core? Because if you're not, you can pull the rib cage down more. Rib cage to the mat, and then keep it going. So you're really strongly working your core muscles here, even though you're not doing a whole lot. You kind of lift from the belly rather than the hips even. Keep the belly. Everyone feel it? Wasn't everyone? Okay.
I'm noticing a pop in my lower back.
A pop in the lower back. Okay, well, next time the knees come up to 90, stay there. And then I want you to imagine you're trying to lift the pelvis up to slip a piece of paper underneath it, but hold it. Just hold that. You feel that? Good. Now hold that. Lift the shoulder blades above the ground and just hold that. So you're trying to get a piece of paper under the hips and fold, lift the shoulders. This is endurance. This is core body endurance. Hold and breathe, and then we'll do 5 pulses of the chest up. 5, 4, exhale as you lift. 3, 2, and 1, and then lower the feet to the floor, lower the head and shoulders, take your arms out, and just pause. And then from here, you're just gonna straighten your legs. Straighten your legs out on the mat, take your arms overhead, and get long through the whole body. And then this one's a shoulder one. You'll bend the right knee, right foot flat, roll onto your left side, just momentarily. And then you're gonna take your right arm behind the back. And you can either rest the hands like at the sacrum, or if you can, the hand goes higher. And then you roll back onto your back and you're pinning that right arm underneath you. And then the right knee goes out to the right. So you got to get a little more. And if you only feel this in the wrist, you can come back on your back and try it again to replace the hand. And it can be lower or closer to the right, or it can be higher. Does that feel okay? Interesting. And then breathing. So this is called internal rotation of that right arm, which is a stretch to the rotator cuff, and the shoulder blade area. Stay for 2 more breaths. And that place of nothing to change and fix, nothing to do but breathe. Where you are, it's fine. The arm's not where they instructed it to go. Just go where you need to be. And from here, you'll gently roll to your left side, unpin the right arm, come back onto your back. Notice the difference in the shoulders. Stretch the legs out, arms overhead, get super long. And then bend the left knee, the foot flat, roll onto the right side, just press yourself over, left arm comes behind the back. Maybe the hand is closer to the left side, the kidney. Maybe it's higher up between the shoulder blades. You choose. Palm flat towards the floor, you'll roll back onto the back. So I like my fingers spread, and then the left knee can go to the left for a little extra bonus. And I want you to really try to relax. And what I notice in my body, especially if I have little pockets of tightness, is my body doesn't want to relax. It'll hold, it'll grip, it'll like almost like I feel a stutter in my muscles. They won't let go. And your job right here is to try to smooth out those rough edges. Exploring ranges of motion, edges of resistance.
the body and the mind. Sometimes it's the mind that tells the message first. Pass that into the body. The mind can say, hey, and do it. And the mind can say, no, that's not safe. And the mind can do all kinds of things. Let it tap into what the body. Story the mind tells is not always the truth. Roll back onto your right side, unpin the left arm, come back on your back one more time, just stretch. Arms overhead, stretch the legs, you can even the thumbs, wiggle side to side as long as you can. And then you'll draw the knees into your chest, roll to your right side, and press yourself up to seated. Take a quick seated stretch, come to cross leg. And then if you can, then left arm will go left, right arm goes up and over. And then see if you can walk that left hand away from your body, but keep the hand in line with the sitting bone. Bend the elbow and spin the elbow point forward. So towards the knee and the shoulder goes down. Yeah, and then push the floor to the left. Good. Hold your breath. Good. And then come back up. And switch sides.
How did you know?
Walk your hand. I see where Hunter gets it. Hunter's a breath holder. You know that? Always, even as he's sleeping. Hold my son. Breathe. Okay, bend the right elbow. So the shoulder comes down, elbow point spins forward. And then push the floor to the right. Open to the left. Good. And then come up and we'll come forward onto tabletop. So come onto the hands and knees. And then we're going to do this upper back opening. So you'll sink between the shoulder blades. It's a protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So sink between the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades kind of melt together. And then you'll lift between the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades stretch apart. We'll do that a couple times. Sink and lift. And I keep my elbows sort of straight. We bend a little bit, but I'm trying to really move from that upper back. The thoracic spine. It's the spine that the ribs attach to. It's the spine that's responsible for deep breathing, which helps with anxiety and fear. Taking deep breaths calms the nervous system. So keeping the spine nice and open can help you feel calmer overall. Also, it's a spot a lot of tension gets built. The shoulder blades. Good, and then you'll come to neutral, so nice tabletop, and slide the right hand behind the left wrist. Let's thread the needle. Come down onto the side of the head. And then the left hand can do multiple things. It can stay. It can walk overhead, palm on the floor, walking towards me in front of the room. The left arm can also open towards the ceiling and focus more on rotation through that thoracic spine. See what that feels like. It can even wrap behind the back, reaching into the right thigh, crease or something. Just kind of playing with good, Julia. You press the back of the right hand down. Facilitate that revolving. That might not work today. Good, and then bring that left hand back by the face. Press down, and then as you come up, open the right arm towards the sky or even parallel to the floor is fine, and then bring it down next to the left. Good, and then we'll switch sides. So the left hand goes behind the right wrist, come onto the side of the shoulder and head. And that might be where you stay on this side. Or the right hand can walk forward. The right arm can go up towards the ceiling. Getting more rotation or wrap in the back or rest at the sacrum. And I'm always looking. I like to look through my whole body. So what is everything else doing? What's happening with the feet, the shins? Are they collapsing in? Can they stay more pert? Like those little tiny things make a difference. Our body's this I think of it as the whole rather than pieces, even though we're working the shoulders, it affects the feet, right? This whole body, that integrative whole. So bring the right hand back beside the face, and then you'll come up and open that left arm, sweep it up if it can, and then bring that left hand down next to the right. Now here, take your right leg behind you, follow the foot on the ground, press the heel away. And spread, I always look to my foot. Can you spread the toes, even the pinky toes? Hard, really challenging. And then from here, you'll walk forward and float the right leg up. The right leg lifts, and then you want to pull those front ribs in again, and then reach the left arm forward. It's called bird dog. Balance, core strength, back strength, shoulder strength, presence. Get really, really long. And then bring it back, hand and knee to the floor. From the other side, left leg goes back, follow the foot on the ground, press the heel away, so you just press back a little, look to the toes, be intentional. Spread the toes out. Power your fingers, stretch the fingers on the mat, flatten out through the fingers. And then rock forward, float the right leg up, and then reach the right arm forward, or left leg up, right arm forward. Pull the pit of the belly and ribs in. I always imagine, like, could I lift my left hand? Like,
No.
well, imagine, like, could you, like, getting lighter, rather than leaning on it, lighten that, and that's more core in the center. Good, bring both hand and knee to the ground. Let's sit back in child's pose. You can bring your big toes to touch, knees can be wide or together. Breathe. Okay, coming back to tabletop, back to all fours. Knees will come in underneath the hips. Let's take the right leg back again, follow the foot on the floor. And then this time, spin it flat. Right foot goes flat. And then take that left shin behind you, pivot it, and take the right arm up. Good. Now, take the right, let the right arm pull you up to stand. On your knee, pull you up, good. That right leg is straight if you can. It can be like this if you can't. Good, perfect, that's good. So if it can't go straight because the hip is stuck, it's okay to bend and have it wherever. Okay, now right hand's gonna go down the right leg or down on top of your thigh. And stretch the left arm to the back. Yeah, so right arm goes down. It's called gate pose. And it's this left side body stuff. For me, it is. Might be different on different people. You might go in the right half. Good. Now come up right here. And then bring your hands to the floor in front of you. So facing the person here. You can get that right leg to the right, great. And then you can stay here and move through cow and cat. Pelvis. Yeah, so you feel that? Inner thigh, hip, and then the option is staying here. You can also come down onto forearms or walk the arms out in front of you. And breathing, breathe. And then press up to your palms. You're going to walk it back around to the front. We'll bring the knees together and sit back in child's pose. We'll take a pause. Or downward dog if you want a downward dog instead of child's pose. That's fine. And there's that good news, bad news, right? We have another side, another leg. I had a teacher once, I always want to use the joke, but it's not mine. And he said, at least you're not an octopus.
Okay, come up to hands and knees, bring your knees in, left leg goes back. Right, so knees are closer in, left leg back. And then right shin pivots, spin the left foot flat, open the left arm up. So it's a side plank. So you want to really find that core again, and then you start to float up, lift the right hand up and come up. And then left hand to left leg, right arm to the sky. Or bend that left knee, Dad. And use the pole. Good. Good. You bend it and bring it like this. So like watch me, I pull like this. Or in front of you. No problem. Okay, so this left leg is straight, foot flat if you can, so toes towards the knee. Yeah. Good. And then come up, and then you bring your hands out in front of you. And that leg's fine, that's fine. Good, and then you count back a couple times, if possible. Move it from the forearms or the hands. And that inner thigh hip, this is joints today, moving out of the body and the different joints. Come down to forearms or walk the arms out. You can. And then come on up, walk yourself back around to the front and sit back in child's pose, or you can come to downward facing dog if you're ready for that. Child's pose works too. Add any movement. Child's pose can be hip side to side, so can downward dog. Good, and then wherever you are, you're going to step your feet towards your hands or towards the front of the mat and keep it to ragdoll forward fold. Walking up, feet hip width or wider. You can fold your elbows, drop your head, bend the knees a lot or a little. Really lengthening through the sides of the body, lengthening through the back of the neck. Checking in with your feet and how are you standing? How are you showing up? Good. And then release the hands to the ground. And bring them up to the hips. Point your elbows towards the ceiling. Rise up. Made it upright. And then big up. Bring your hands to front. Down by the side. And then we're just going to start to march. So you'll like pick a knee up, big march in place. And if you need to hold on, you can hold on. So pulling into the belly, pressing into the foot, place. And then we're going to add opposite arm goes up. Right knee, left hand. That's brain work. It's brain work. Exactly. It's brain work. And the next time the right knee and left arm go up, pause. Right knee, left arm. And then catch the right knee and the left hand. Right hand to the hip, twist to the right. Good. You're folding the knee if you can. Lift up into the crown of the head. Good. Come back to center. Stay on this leg. Switch hands. Open it to the right. Just a couple more breaths. Down into the standing foot. Reach up into the crown of the head. And then bring it to center and set it down. Good. And then jig marches. Alternate again. Feel your hip flexors. So we're
strengthened here. This is for the uphill hiking. This is so it gets easier. Okay, left knee comes up, right arm goes up. Hold it, and then catch the knee in the right hand, left hand to hip, and start to turn to the left. Drop that left hip down. Find your center line. You got this, Jennifer. Come back to center, switch hands. Open the knee out to the left. Pull to the spine as like a stature. Breathing with a worm. Bring it back to center and set that left foot next to the right. Good. Pull the shoulders back, fingers down, standing in mountain pose. Another balance. So take the right toes behind you for airplane. The hinge is at the top of the left thigh. You start to hinge forward. And it might be an inch or two, or you can keep going till you feel parallel to the floor. And then if you want a challenge, you can take the arms and sweep them in front of you. It's called Warrior 3. That feels like too much on the shoulders or the back. Bring the arms back by your side. Pull the front ribs in. Total body integration here. All the parts working together. And then come on back. Stand, mountain pose. Good. Shoulders back, stretch the fingers down, the left leg back, stand tall, and then float the toes, start to hinge to the top of the right thigh. Everything else stays the same. Hinge forward. And breathe. Maybe sweep the arms in front, biceps by the ears. If not, it changes things. Notice those longer levers change things. And ribs in. If you need to bend the elbows, cactus or arms back, that's fine, anytime. Come back to stand, mountain pose. Tree, or that final balance. If you want to hold on or be near a wall, you can. Or bring your right foot to your left leg. Go above or below the knee, you can leave your toe on the floor. That's heart center. From the ground, there's like that total body integration. Move the arms up. The quote that someone posted today about trees and how trees in winter, not all of them, just know how to let go. They let their leaves go. How to let go. Think about trees often, just they're rooted in place and the patient tree. Flexibility, vulnerability. Down mountain pose. And other side, left foot to right leg. That center line, first land in the center, then find your expression, whatever that may be. Discovered in the last class, a hole in my t-shirt, my head.
Fashion statement, little cutout.
Okay, come back to mountain pose. Come back to the front of your mat. My dad's the one that used to sew all the things. You can sew my hole. Okay, take a big breath in, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then step your feet back into a high plank or tabletop. You can be in hands and knees if that feels better. Soften a little between the shoulder blades, but strengthen through the front of the body. Just hold, we're gonna hold our plank here for a moment. Or tabletop is fine too. Pull the front ribs in, find the balance of effort and ease. And then from here, you'll lower down onto your belly. You can drop the knees first or not. Come into Sphinx pose. Point your toes, come up onto your
forearms. Just hold this. And this pose can be very like relaxed and effortless, just like hanging out in this shape, or it can be more active. So it's up to you. If you want to engage the legs and hold with the hands to get more traction and active feeling, that's fine. A few more breaths. Lower down, bring your hands back under the shoulders, press back to tabletop and then child's pose or downward facing dog. If you're in tabletop, take your right leg to the sky, downward dog, right leg goes up and back. Stretch. And then step or help your right foot forward to your right hand. We'll spin the left foot flat right here and come up to warrior two. Up and around. Good, and then just straighten the right leg for triangle. So you'll press the hips to the left, slide the body to the right, and then the right hand comes down to the chin or a block is fine. The floor, good job. Press both shoulders towards your back. Press down evenly through the feet. Just like in that gate pose. Like I want you to feel into the sides of the body, lengthening both sides of the body, and then let the left arm just pull you up to stand. Bring your feet to parallel, hands on your hips, and bow forward, and straddle forward fold. Then the hands can be of your choice. They can be on the floor. You can push the palms into the floor to get more leverage to your forward fold. You can also hold the ankles or interlace in the back. The hands, if they aren't already at the ground, bring them to your hips, hands to the pelvis, and then come on up to stand. Turn the right toes forward, and it's a pyramid. So the left foot steps into the left slightly. Pull the hips right hip back, lift into the chest, and then bow forward. You can bring your hands to the ground or to blocks. Really allowing the breath to filter into the body. It's not shallow. It's like present and present each breath. And step back, high plank. We're going to hold this. High plank or tabletop. Strong through the arms, strong through the legs. And then lower onto your belly. Sphinx pose again, or cobra. It could be forearms, Sphinx, or maybe our hands back here for cobra, a little more back strengthening. Good, and then downward facing dog. So bring the hands back under the shoulders. You can press to tabletop or downward dog. Take your left leg up and back. Step your left foot forward, warrior two. And you take your time, and then you'll straighten the left leg or triangle. Tip to the left, and then can land where it lands. Remember, I was in teacher training. There's so much discussion around that right hip and triangle. So some people encourage the hip to go back, press back like this. External rotation. Some say internally rotate that right hip. Let it come forward. And you'll get just a different experience if you let it come forward. Pull back. They're two different feelings. So I encourage you to play in your body.
your body need, want. Allow that right arm to pull you to stand. Bring your feet to parallel. Hands to the hips or interlaced. And fold forward. And your left jump in. Can you get through the mat? Good. And then you'll lift to a flat back, bring your hands to your hips, come all the way to stand. Bring the left toes back to the front, right foot steps in and up, try to square the hips, which is about the hamstrings, and then fold forward over the left leg. It's okay to micro bend the knee. I like to drop my head with a stretch through my neck, but you can also look to the big toe if that feels better for balance or for your body. Left step back, a little bit down. Down moving to the left toe, just a little bit around the big toe. And then the knee, plant the palms, high plank. It's our last time through this. Holding your high plank, dipping up through that center line of the body, and then just lower all the way down. And then make a pillow out of your hands. So rest your forehead, back of the hands. And then bend the knees and just windshield wipe the legs right to left. And let the feet come to the floor. And then right here, you're going to pull the right knee out to the right. Just slide it out to the right. And you can stay looking down, or you can let your left cheek come to the ground, or right cheek is a little bit more. And relax the pelvis, and lower the back, and the spine. Shoulders, jaw. Bend that knee a little bit more, and pull it up a little higher. So let the knee balance that. And slide the right leg back next to the left. Doing a switch sides. Slide the left knee out to the right. Left knee left, whatever, other way. Look whichever way feels best in your body to look or turn your head. So relax the muscles in the inner thigh, pelvis, outer hip. From here, I'm going to have you just take your, lift your body a little bit, slide the right arm to the left, and you're just going to roll onto your back. Just roll yourself all the way over, the back, bring your feet flat to the floor, and then recline to pigeon. You'll cross the right ankle above the left thigh. You can stay like that, or pick the left foot up and interlace your hands behind the hamstring.
Bring the left foot back to the floor, but keep the right ankle where it is and let your knees go to the left. So the right foot lands flat on the ground and I like to hold the ankle. So I reach with my left hand to catch the right ankle and the right knee stays towards the ceiling, pressing forward even. I get this nice stretch in this little pocket on my outer hip. Also, I T-band a bit. And you'll release that, come back onto your back, both feet flat. And switch legs. Left ankle over right thigh. Kick the right foot up. Interlace your hands either behind the hamstring or in front of the shin, that reclined pigeon. Add movement if the body wants. Really taking the time to take care of yourself here. Loving kindness and breath, and just this time to feel, stretch, feel into your body. Set that right foot back to the floor. Keep the left ankle crossed, but your knees go to the right. Left foot lands flat, and if you can hold it with the right hand or the hand that's closest to it. I know it's weird, right and left. It's very weird right here. And then I'm kind of hold the ankle and imagine I'm trying to return that left hip back to the ground, and I get this amazing traction on that left side. You might have a different adjective than I do. Just breathing. And then slowly returning to your back, uncross your ankle. And any finishing pose you want. If you want happy baby or frog circles or hips on a block or shoulder stand, any movement that your body's craving. I sometimes encourage you to do the movement that your body's resisting. Also,
Doesn't have to just be what feels good, it can sometimes be what you don't want to do often.
about 1 more minute here. On the toes, close on, whatever you need. And then you'll begin to make your way into Shavasana, to rest. So, yeah, good. Relax the belly. Grabbing, calling for your attention. Acknowledge them. Forehead, whatever is calling his attention. Start that attention and move somewhere else. Thought. Calling for our attention. Okay, move on. Breath. Relax. Distractors. Let it be said. Life be happening out there. Grateful moment. Moments of our life. Be very grateful to be. Moving your fingers and toes. Back into the body. You can imagine when I come up from Shavasana, I have this new body. Ready to head in. Go to a comfortable side. And carefully press yourself up back to a seated posture. Just for a moment.
palms of your hands together. Bring your thumbs to your heart space. Your thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Have an amazing day. Life. I love that. Have an amazing day, an amazing life. So good to see you, Jennifer. See you again another Tuesday.